Good morning. Welcome to the brand new or half brand new Barrel Zone. We are rolling with a new format starting today. The goal is to make the show a bit shorter. I'm going to talk about less games. I'm only mentioning games where I have a play or a lean or a game that could be interesting when it comes on the board. So we have multiple of the board games today. If you want to read some details and reasoning behind this move, you can go to my Twitter at the Barrelzone. There is a pinned post about this, but the goal is to post the show earlier, to talk less bullshit and just give out more actionable info in a shorter time frame. And yeah, it should be better for everyone, to be honest. All right, so we are getting started. One play basically. I've logged in already only one play so far this morning, and it's on an MLB game. We are going to looking at the Cardinals and the Tigers. So it's a game where I'm looking at the total mainly. From a side perspective, I agree with the early move. Cardinals need to be favored here, but I think Scubal is a pretty nice pitcher as well. So I'm looking at the under here. This park is pretty decent for pitching, about 10% less runs than your average MLB stadium. The weather seems pretty nice, 67 Fahrenheit. It's certainly not that big heat we were used to in the last few weeks. And I like both pitchers. So Skubal is coming off a six-inning outing, 3 earned runs at KC. He hasn't pitched against the Cardinals yet. He is a lefty. Seeing a lefty for the first time in a season usually helps the arm more. And Skubal has been improving, in my opinion. He is coming off back-to-back starts against the White Sox, who are considered widely as the best offense against lefties in the league. And he only gave up 4 earned runs in 11 innings against the White Sox. This is two starts. Cardinals are generally better against lefties, but as I said, they will see Scuba for the first time. They are kind of struggling as well at the moment. They're just 27th in WOBA in the league. So yeah, I think Tariq could have a nice game. On the other end, Oviedo, I've been really impressed with the guy. He only pitched 35 innings so far, but certainly getting better. And I think his last start was really impressive. 7 innings, no earned run. His fastball was above 97 miles per hour. He has a 12% swinging strike rate, 28% K rate, 50% ground ball rate, hard hit rate under 27%. The Tigers are 24th in WOBA, struggling mightily. I think both guys should have a pretty decent start here. And to add to this, and the good weather, the decent pitching park, we have fully rested bullpens as well. So both bullpens had the day off yesterday. So yeah, I like the under. You can grab nines, but I think even at 8.5, this is probably a sad a total I would look at. All right, leans. I have only one lean today, and that is the Toronto Blue Jays on the money line. The line isn't there yet where I would like to be. But I think we could get there. Sandy Alcantara is pitching for Miami, and he has been an arm who is consistently getting money. And I understand why the guy is really a stud. 13% swinging strike rate. He only walks 7% of opposing batters faced. Hard contact rate at 27%, 54% ground ball rate. At home, he has been nothing short of amazing. 234 WOBA. So yeah, I think Alcantara is great, but Ross Stripling should be able to shut this Marlins team down. Stripling has been getting better and better. He only gave up more than 3 earned runs just 3 times this year. Has an 11% swinging strike rate, 7% walk rate, hard contact under 30%. I think the big difference here, two things. First is that Alcantara was already pitching against the Jays not too long ago. The Jays, he gave up 4 earned runs against the Jays like 2 weeks ago. Stripling hasn't pitched against Miami yet, so again, Miami seeing him for the first time. The difference between the quality of these offenses is huge. Marlins 93 WRC plus against righties, 297 WOBA, 134 ISO. The Jays on the other end, 110 WRC plus, 333 WOBA, 190 ISO. So yeah, I think the difference between these two teams offensively is big. And I think Stripling is pretty close to Alcantara if we take into account that he's pitching against Miami, so he has to face an easier competition. So I'm leaning towards the Jays. I would play them at plus 110, and I'm not sure we will get there, but it's worth mentioning. So two of the board games we will talk about. Washington Philly is the first one. We have Max Scherzer returning from the IL. Scherzer has been a stud this year, but he's 36 years old. I'm kind of expecting to see some regression soon, and he's coming off the IL. He only had a 40 pitch bullpen session, so he won't go deep into the game. And on the other end, Wheeler has been going real deep into games. He's averaging 6.9 innings, so basically 7 innings. He has a 3 Sierra. 13% swinging strike rate, 48% ground ball rate, 24% hard hit rate, and his WOBA at home is 204. And he's coming off a 6 inning, no earned runs allowed outing against the Dodgers. So yeah, he's in great form, going deep into games. Nationals overall, I think, are the bit better offense here, but against righties, they only have an 86 team WRC plus, so they are below league average. I think the big edge here is that Wheeler likely goes 6.5, 7 innings, while Scherzer, we don't know, but I would guess like 4 or 5 innings. We will see how this IL stint hurt him or it didn't. I make Philly minus 112 here. I think that's a fair line. So they need to be favored if you factor in that Wheeler will be fully healthy and can go deep. And yeah, I just like fading guys coming from the IL. And I know Scherzer is not your everyday pitcher, but I still would lean towards Philly. And if this is like a pick 'em or we see the Nationals even being like slight favorites, I'm gladly backing Philly here. The other game I will talk about, the LA Dodgers at the San Diego Padres. This is another interesting one. So we have Kershaw for LA. He has been amazing, top 10 arm for sure, pretty consistent as well. 29% K rate, 48% ground ball rate, just 4% walks. On the road, he has a 261 WOBA so far, a 3 Sierra. Just super solid all across the board. And the Padres will have Blake Snell on the mound, and Snell has been extremely inconsistent. 5.7 ERA, 4 Sierra. He has a 13% walk rate, which is an issue, a 36% hard hit rate, which is not too good. His line drive rate is 26%. Righties are really getting to him. Snell is a lefty. Against righties, he has a 384 WOBA and a 5.5 FIP. He's averaging only 4.4 innings per game started. So he's not going deep into games. He's walking guys, a lot of hard contact, a lot of line drives, extremely inconsistent. Righties are hurting him. Padres did win the game last night, and the Dodgers are generally considered way weaker against lefties, although they have been getting extremely unlucky this season. They have a 260 BABIP against lefties. So they will be, in my opinion, when the season is wrapped up, better than league average. But currently they sit at 98 WRC plus, so slightly below league average. But I think their edge with Kershaw on the mound is just too big here. Snell is not trustworthy at all, and I think we could have an edge on LA here. After the Padres winning last night, and just the market generally thinking that the Dodgers are bad against lefties. So I will be looking to back Kershaw here. I make LA minus 117 here. All right, so that's it for the plays, the leans, and the off the boards, and just some slight notes about the NBA. I don't have a play, just a few thoughts. So the Suns did win the first game, and the line moved a full point for game two. So the first game closed Phoenix -4. We are now seeing 5 on Pinnacle, 5.5 at other shops. This was 5.5 across the board, and Pinnacle saw some Clippers action. I'm not sure about that. I won't be touching this game. I think the edge with the Suns is gone. But if this goes back to 4.5, I will be backing the Suns again. So no Kawhi for game two, no CP3 for game two. But my issue is that from the Clippers perspective, I think this is not really a good matchup for them. I really like what I saw from the Suns. Booker against drop coverage, he has been amazing. He scored 24 points in 16 possessions against drop coverage. And again, he can kill any one of these guys he gets matched up with. And he also can hand off the ball to Ayton, who has been really hurting LA, and they are just finding him for open dunks. And this is what really Utah wasn't doing in the last series against LA. Gobert was really always there, but he's just not really that type of a guy. But Ayton will be making these plays, and I don't think they have anyone to cover Booker. And I also really hated what I saw from Rondo, and generally just I think the Clippers ran out of guys here. So we have Morris with a knee injury. We don't know what's up with him. He's not on the injury report, but he played only 21 minutes in game one. Reggie Jackson was playing all right against Utah, but it's not really a guy you can lean on that much, in my opinion. And Rondo and Kennard have been looking bad. PG playing 41 minutes so far on average in the playoffs. He was 0 for 5 in the fourth quarter. I just don't know where the Clippers can go. And I still think Kawhi out hurts them more than CP out for the Suns. They have guards who can make plays and run this offense. Obviously, no one is CP, but I think just Kawhi out means just way too much for LA, and I still don't trust PG fully to just carry this team through another series, while he was like mostly carrying the team through the last few games in the previous series. And yeah, I think just the rotation is just questionable when it comes to health and just the level of players. I think the Suns have been playing super solid, so I'm leaning towards the Suns. I won't be playing the Clippers through the series. I just don't think we will get there. I'm probably backing the Suns again when we get to LA and we get a better line. But unless this gets back to 4.5, I won't be playing it. All right, so 12 minutes. That was kind of the goal. Thanks for tuning in. This is the new format. If you have any feedback, comment, you know where to find me. I hope you will like this going forward, and I really appreciate everyone tuning in. So I see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.